Dobry wieczór wszystkim, I'm Mysticle. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today, as I'll be bringing you the last week of AR and VR news. However, just before we jump into the video, it's time we talk about our privacy.
Just like in virtual reality, where we protect our digital avatars, it is even more important to safeguard our real-world information. Imagine you're exploring virtual worlds, or just browsing the web. Even if it's not something sketchy, you don't want someone following you everywhere you go. With NordVPN, you don't have to worry about that. Their threat protection blocks malware, trackers, and phishing attempts. It's even got a dark web monitor. Information gets leaked all the time. However, we may not even know about it. Anytime your information could get leaked on the dark web, Nord will notify you. Nord has over 5,400 servers worldwide. So let's say there's a website that doesn't want to let you on because it's geo-locked. You just fire up NordVPN, select the location where you want to be, all of a sudden, that website is unlocked to you. That is, of course, not the only benefit of having a VPN. With all your traffic being encrypted through Nord's servers, those websites aren't able to track you. To give you an example of somewhere where this is incredibly important, let's say you're in a coffee shop or somewhere where you will need to use public Wi-Fi. I'm never gonna forget the day when we were flying somewhere and my dad actually signed into his Facebook account at the airport. When we arrived, his Facebook account was gone and was texting everyone for money. So why wait? Click the link down in the description below, or just follow the address showing above me right now to get NordVPN today. And of course, with our special link, you get a discount. So, thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video, and now, let's continue.
So, the first piece of news that we have today is refurbished Quest 3s. Refurbished Quest 3s are now officially showing up on Meta's site, going for $450 instead of $500. That is, of course, for the 128GB model. If you want the 512GB model, those are also going refurbished for $580 instead of the $650 they would normally be going for. So, in case you guys are in the market for a Quest 3 and perhaps want to save a few bucks, well, refurbished does come with the same perks as having a new one. For example, you get the 30-day return window that you would get with a brand new Quest from Meta's store, as well as that 1-year warranty. And of course, the Quest 2 refurbished variants are still selling on Meta's website for $190, but that is just a $10 discount compared to when, the Quest 2 price was actually slashed down to $200. Next, we've got the first tracked Quest accessory. This is incredibly exciting. I'm not sure how many of you guys remember, but Luna, a while back, did actually find snippets of code inside Quest's firmware, allowing us to pair accessories inside device. There were also a bunch of different strings, but we were all speculating as to what those might be referring to, and a lot of people were saying, well, third-party tracked controllers, and I do believe that this might be the start of that. This is the first one. It's a pen by Logitech. It's called the MX Ink, and it's a Meta-supported tracked stylus for Quest headsets. The MX Ink will support both Quest 2 and Quest 3, and be the first officially supported third-party tracked controller for an Oculus or Meta headset. The MX Ink is designed for both 2D drawing on a physical surface via its pressure-sensitive tip, and for 3D creativity via full 6-DoF positional tracking, that is via the headset's cameras, multiple buttons, and a haptic feedback actuator. It pairs to the headset without needing to unpair any Quest Touch controllers, which Meta says represents the first time Quest headsets can track 3 controllers at once. That means you can mix and match Touch controllers and MX Ink and switch between them without interruptions. This could potentially be alluding to, in the near future, we might get full-body trackers. Since they've already gotten more than 2 controllers to work on the headset and be tracked at once, well, full-body trackers make perfect sense here, especially as third-party accessories. I just don't see why not. The new section of headset settings will allow customizing pressure-sensitive curves for the nib and the primary buttons, initial activation force, and double-tap timing. The MX Ink on its own charges via Type-C, and Logitech will sell a dock called the MX Inkwell for more convenient charging. The company says it will also sell you a mat that you can place down on a 2D surface for convenient, smooth gliding when you're trying to draw in 2D inside virtual reality. Pretty cool, exciting to see third-party accessories finally coming onto the market. I mean, it's been a while and this is the first one we've seen, so yeah, fantastic news. What isn't fantastic news is the fact that augments are now being heavily delayed. Quest 3 augments are something people have been super excited for. They were announced during the last Meta Connect event, where Mark Zuckerberg revealed the Quest 3. They were shown to us as little panels that you can place, and they will persist in your room wherever you place them, meaning that you can come back and they will be there. Videos leaked in January revealing that augments can even have interactive elements, such as a playable miniature pinball game, an interactive calendar, and a pet-like virtual plant that can be watered. But in an Ask Me Anything session on Instagram, Meta's CTO, Andrew Bosworth, said the originally planned technical architecture wasn't good enough, so Meta went back to the drawing board to rebuild it from scratch. The full quote is down in the description below in case you guys are interested, but the leaked videos from January revealed that original Augments architecture would use Meta Spark Studio, an application for Windows and Mac OS used today to make AR filters and experiences for the camera in Instagram, Facebook, and Messenger. Spark Studio supports importing and animating 3D assets and implementing advanced functionality with JavaScript, but it seems that this wasn't suitable to deliver compelling augments. So it seems Meta is going back to the drawing board in order to work on augments again. I mean, am I upset that they are not going to come to us as soon as I would like? Yeah, but is it better for a company to flesh out and finish up an actual feature before releasing it to us half-baked? Also, yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna forget the Cyberpunk fiasco. Meta has reportedly already been working on a Quest Pro 2 for a while, even if we're not entirely sure what part LG will play in it. Meta has reportedly began working on the Quest Pro 2 all the way back in November. Buried in their report today about Apple suspending work on the Vision Pro 2, more on that in a little bit, to focus on shipping a cheaper headset by the end of next year, the information's Wayne Ma and Keanu Liu also report that Meta started work in November on a high-end headset internally codenamed La Jolla. This isn't actually the first time we've heard the name La Jolla. In March 2023, an internal Meta hardware roadmap was leaked to The Verge. Alongside accurately depicting the Quest 3 and other Meta products, the roadmap revealed that a 2024 Quest Pro 2 candidate has been cancelled in favor of a more ambitious, but way out into the future model codenamed La Jolla. According to that roadmap, La Jolla would feature codec avatars, have higher resolution, and retain Quest Pro's rare battery design. It's unclear how Meta's partnership with LG factors into La Jolla, or whether it's an entirely different project. Multiple South Korean outlets, the first in September, reported LG would make future Quest Pro headsets, but last month LG said it's controlling its pace, after multiple reports say the headset has been pushed out to 2027, amid significant differences of opinion between LG and Meta. So while we're not getting a Quest Pro 2 anytime soon, we are supposedly going to be getting that Quest 3S instead. So kind of like Apple, it seems that Meta has stopped working on the higher end, more expensive products and instead focused on mass market, which is great news for us consumers. I mean, the Quest Pro is a great headset that I actually still use, but there is no denying the fact that it was way out there in terms of price and in terms of features that not everyone actually needs or wants. I mean, I don't actually remember when the last time I used mouth tracking was. The Vision Pro has now arrived in 3 new countries, China, Japan, and Singapore. We also have information about the Apple Vision Pro very soon arriving in the UK, Canada, Germany, and France, as well as Australia, on July 12th, with pre-orders opening on June 28th at 5 a.m. PT. The headset price in China starts at 30,000 yen, in Japan it starts at 599,800 yen, and in Singapore it starts at 5,300 Singaporean dollars, or at least that's the way I'm reading this. So still very, very expensive, and I cannot wait to see this thing arrive in the EU with our lovely EU taxes, but I am still excited to see it here, as it might finally give me the chance to pop into an Apple store and try the thing out. Talking about trying things out, in case you do own an Apple Vision Pro and want to try out PC VR, you can now do so without playing around with sideloading or test flight, as ALVR is now on the official Apple App Store for the Vision Pro. How crazy is that? That's one of the things that I totally didn't expect Apple to do, and props to them for actually allowing it. ALVR, in case you don't know, is a software allowing you to stream PC VR titles to multiple headsets already, like Quest, for example, entirely wirelessly. As a matter of fact, people have been using it to connect to PC and play PC VR on the Vision Pro for a while. Again, they've been sideloading it, they've been using test flight, and at the first, it was very, very janky, but it has gotten to the point where I would say, from videos that I've seen, that it looks quite playable. Now, there are issues, of course, for example, the fact that the Vision Pro doesn't have controllers, but people have been mix and matching those inside ALVR, for example, using index controllers and place-based calibrator in order to match Version 2. So there are ways around it, but what I do love is that you no longer have to find a way around test flight or sideloading in order to install the app. And it's as simple as going onto the App Store, and it's a free app on there. Again, props Apple. Didn't actually think you'd do that. Now, onto the elephant in the room. Apple has reportedly stopped working on the Vision Pro 2 in favor of a cheaper successor. From Upload VR, The Information's Wayne Ma and Luan Luu report that Apple told at least one supplier this, according to an employee at a manufacturer that makes key components for the Vision Pro. In the past, Ma reliably reported many details of Vision Pro before it was officially revealed, or even acknowledged to exist by Apple. Ma and Luu say Apple originally planned to have two models in the Vision headset line, the regular and Pro, similar to the way we have iPhones right now, and it is still working to release that first regular model, which will have fewer features than Vision Pro by the end of 2025. This regular Vision headset will still use high-resolution micro OLED displays, they report, and weigh at least 1/3 less than the Vision Pro, which is a big deal because a lot of people were complaining about the weight of the Vision Pro. Apple's aim is to make the headset as affordable as a high-end iPhone, they claim. The iPhone 15 Pro starts at $1,000, and the highest-end iPhone Pro Max sells for $1.6 thousand, which still very expensive, but in Apple terms, if they make a headset for that price, it's going to be a very good price for an Apple VR headset. As Ma previously reported, Apple is mostly hoping to achieve this by bringing down the cost of micro OLED by bringing in new suppliers from China, BOE and Sia Technology. The latest report doesn't mention BOE, but says Sia has so far struggled to meet Apple standards, and the effort may fail. When it comes to the Vision Pro line though, it's important to note that suspended isn't the same as cancelled, so it's possible Apple will resume work on a high-end successor after the cheaper product shipped. And that's the way I'm looking at it as well. They're focusing on making a bunch of cheaper Visions or Vision headsets in order to then be able to fund the development of the more expensive headset. And finally, on our pieces of news, we've got Gorilla Tag. While interesting, but not surprising, has 1 million active daily players, which is pretty insane, and 3 million monthly active players, as well as over 10 million lifetime players. The studio stated that these users spend an average of nearly 60 minutes per play session on a free-to-play multiplayer hit. This was all revealed during a fireside chat at WE 2024. Developer Another Axiom confirmed this information during that talk. So there you go. I mean, I guess this shows you that there are truly hits inside virtual reality where people are spending hours, millions of people are actually sitting daily. That's pretty crazy considering Gorilla Tag isn't the most demanding VR title in terms of, well, what the headset can do, because it can be quite demanding physically, as well as the fact that, you know, it doesn't have a storyline or anything. It's just a bunch of, well, the models for the monkeys aren't even like super high resolution or anything. Either way though, people love it, and I have made quite a few holes in my walls back in Ireland playing the game myself. No holes in these walls just yet. Either way though, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. If you liked it, please leave a like. If disliked it, I guess this one works too, but let me know why down below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, check out our Discord and our Reddit down below, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. And thank you so much to all the Patreons and anyone else supporting the channel in any way, shape, or form. You guys are amazing. Seriously, all those names are going over me on the screen right now. You guys are what makes this possible. And as usual, if you guys want to be notified for future content coming up on the channel, make sure to smash the subscribe button with forward, ding my bell, and see you in the next video. Peace. This is actually my second time recording this video, as in the first one, the audio was so bad, I decided to take the actual physical microphone out of this microphone and replace it with my old one. The differences were huge. This thing is tiny.